Hi folks, we're going to call this video The Tale of Two Bullets and Two Buffalo. These are both the same bullets. The bullet to the far right was a brain shot on a buffalo that charged, which we've done a couple videos about. That's an American quarter in the middle. And then here's the very same bullet that failed to open, and you can see how the nose is kind of crimped closed on it, and that's because it hit the buffalo's horn when I fired. He had moved his head just as I fired. It was about a 100-yard shot, and the bullet glanced off his horn, which we'll show you some footage of later in this video. And those are both Barnes triple shocks. They're 750 grains. And they are the bullet you shoot in the 577 nitro, which is what I'm shooting. Now, we're only doing this video to show you how everything works when it works perfect, which is the bullet on the right, and when it doesn't work, when it's on the left. But by the way, that bullet on the left, after it hit the horn and tumbled, it penetrated both lungs of the buffalo and killed it anyway, and you can never rely on that. That's how this one happened to go. And you can see the loaded rounds right here to the left. The soft, when I'm hunting buffalo, which is the Barnes triple shock, always goes in my left barrel, which is my back trigger.
Point to the soft.
And the solid, which is the one to the right, always goes in my right barrel, which is my front trigger. So because a lot of these hunts and conflicts are ended with one shot, my left barrel gets fired a whole bunch more than my right barrel. And of course, this is the rifle. You can see the rifle. It's a Johan Outschar 577 double. It's the one I use the most. I have others that are 577s and 600s. This is the one I use the most. And hang on while I close the door and stop my puppies from barking. Well, it's just Corbin. They're going to quit barking. So we're going to take a little trip out to the salt shed and show you the horns that this triple shock hit and why it closed shut and why it tumbled. And we'll all, you're going to get to see both buffaloes too. There's a whole bunch of dead buffalo out in our salt room. So anyway, we'll head out there next and show you the buffalo. Hi folks, we're at the salt room now, and I want to show you the set of buffalo horns that this bullet glanced off of. This is the 750 grain triple shock. It glanced off the horns, hit the buffalo sideways, penetrated both of its lungs and killed it anyway. I don't know how many of you have been in an African salt room, but come on in and look at some of the buffalo and other critters here. So we have several critters that have been in the salt, stuff I've shot or clients have shot or friends have shot. And some of these, take a look at this buffalo. I mean, this is just a big old duck boy here. I mean, look at this thing. I shot him last August when I was out training the puppies. I thought he was a coal bull, which means under 36 inches. And no, he's more like 45. But I'd been chasing him for miles and jumping him and never could see his horns, so I finally took the shot. And there's just animals out here. They've been sitting in salt for some time. This is an East Cape kudu that Jeff Hoover shot, actually. And so we've got warthogs, we've got whatever.
Skins.
Yeah, the skins are hanging. See all the bags of salt? So here's other buffalo. I'm not sure whose are whose because we've killed several. And they're going to be mad at me for picking them up. They're nice buffalo.
Fallow deer.
Yeah, fallow deer. I believe Hoover shot that one. Anyway, here's the buffalo that the bullet struck. No, that's not him. Hang on. This is the problem with shooting too many buffalo. It's not him either. So, nope. So it's gotta be this one. This is it. Last one's always the one.
Now, how do you know, dear, which buffalo's which?
Well, because he's got a shattered horn. So if you take a look at the tip of his horn, you can see where the buffalo, and what happened was he was feeding when I shot him, and he lifted his head and turned, and I was shooting at 100 yards, and that bullet glanced right there, shattered the tip of his horn, and then tumbled and went into his lungs. So I just wanted you to see what it did, how it shattered his horn. You can see the back side of it, shattered it down to here.
Wait, hold on. Okay.
So this is the tale of 2 bullets, and they're going to be mad at me for doing this.
We'll fix them.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll head on back up to the lodge.